What's up, world? It's TK Profit, and today is Sunday, May 21st. I'm about to do a market review, but first I want to head to check out the economic calendar, find out where the volatility will be this week, look at those pairs, find a few trade setups. So if you'd like to join me, let's head over to TradingView. But before, let's drop that intro. All right, let's head to the news. We'll go over to MyFX book. Check out the economic calendar. Now, the purpose of this for me is to find out which pairs will have a high impact from the news. Okay? If you guys do not know, there are different phases in market structure, and sometimes pairs travel within consolidation. So to avoid being trapped in range or trading in consolidation, I like to find which pairs will be volatile so I can make better decisions with finding trade setups. So for this week, Monday, we have AUD with a high impact from the news. And Tuesday, we have Euro and Pound. Okay, so for now, we'll just look at AUD crosses, Euro crosses, and Pound crosses. All right. So let's get out of here. Let's go to TradingView. Now, even though we called out those particular crosses, one thing I always do is watch to see what the indices will be doing. So it's always the indices and whatever particular crosses have a high impact from the news. So here, I want to just take a quick look at US 30. Judging from the last couple of days of the past few weeks, it is seemingly making a bullish flag pattern. Okay, I've used my trendline tool to kind of trap price, and as you can see, after it retested the highs here, it fell to retest this level of support that was created, or that is being created, right around this 236 level on the field. So on this daily time frame, we got 18 hours left in this candlestick. So depending on how the market closes tomorrow, that would determine how things will play out as far as this trade setup. If price closes underneath this 0.236 level on the field, what we could expect is a downtrend from US 30. So this is a key area. This is a key area right here in the market. If price manages to break above this 236 level and close, we could expect a continuation in this uptrend. So we have 2 hours and 15 minutes left in this 4-hour candle, and it is 10:44 p.m. Depending on where it closes, we could have a good indication of how to take advantage of this setup. So after I notice this, the first thing that I do is I figure out what my risk would be. So I look at these trades, we figure out what stage the market is in. So far, go back, quick recap, I saw US 30 in an uptrend, and with this pullback, it looks as if there could be a continuation, all right? And if so, that would give us a bull flag. But I always check to see the possibilities of it going in the opposite direction. Too many traders, they have a absolute bias. And what I mean by that is you look at a trade setup and you marry a technical analysis, like your technical analysis overrules the market. Get that shit out of your head. Use technical analysis to find high probability setups And if you want to be efficient with understanding probability, you must understand what could happen if price goes in the opposite direction. So after you find your bias, instead of being married to that bias, figure out an idea or a way to capitalize on the move just in case you're wrong. That will keep you from doing silly shit. And what I mean by that is buying something that's going down. So let me make it real for you. Most people, they may take this buy before they actually get confirmation. Okay? And let's say this is your stop loss. After that stop loss is hit, let's say we did not look at the possibilities of it going in the opposite direction, and we just feel like we know so much with our technical analysis that we refuse to just sell the shit and capitalize on it going in the opposite direction. Most traders, including myself, when I first started, if I thought it was buying, every time my stop loss was hit, I would buy again. And you know what that would do? Blow my account. And once the account is blown, it will reach a level like this, down here by the 382 level on the fib. Price would reverse, do exactly what I thought it would do, but I wouldn't be in it. You know what that created? A sad TK. But it's all part of the learning curve. Nothing to get too hard on yourself about, just something to take note of. Literally write down your mistakes so you can learn from it, and try to remember these things so you can retain this information and become more efficient at using your technical analysis. So if this buy doesn't work, what I'm looking at is this level being retested. So I have a 1-to-4 risk reward ratio on this setup. And if this thing continues to move, simply because we had so many tests and rejections at this area here, I'm looking at the possibility of this resistance level, I'm looking at the possibilities of this resistance level being broken, if price creates a flag here. So if we get this, I'm not certain that this level here will hold price. I believe it will create a higher high to test the highs above. Okay, so that's what we are looking at on US 30. Now, you guys, this is what I'm doing. This is not trading advice. This is just what I look at. I'm sharing pretty much my perspective with you. Now, if you do like a setup or anything that I find, please be smart and wise about entering these trades, okay? Make sure that your leverage is something that you can afford. This is US 30, but depending on your broker, you'll have access to trading mini futures, okay? You can trade US 30 minis, SPX minis, and the NASDAQ mini, so you don't have to risk as much capital, okay? That's another great thing while we're there. Let's talk about discipline. You can be a great trader, and overall, as far as the trade setups that you find, you can have a winning percentage. But if you do not leverage correctly, you will be a losing trader. Okay? So make sure you pick whatever percentage amount that works for you and stick with it. All right, let's move on. We saw Euro pairs. Right now, I am in a Euro USD buy. So last week, this is what we saw. Let me share with you. So last week, Euro USD fell. Price was traveling in consolidation for a while. Let me go to a higher time frame to give you guys a better picture. All right, cool. So price was traveling in consolidation or range for a while here. Yeah, so it took a week for this move to fall after price broke out of range here. Now, when it pulled down to the lows, I noticed what traders call divergence. Some of these things I'll go over later and just leave a few tips on my profile, on my page for you guys. But I noticed divergence, and that's when you have something like RSI or MACD, and your oscillator is moving in a different direction than price. After I noticed that, I came to a smaller time frame, and I saw something unique at these lows. Unique to me, okay? After I saw that, I took this buy. So I actually have two entries on this I'll show you shortly, but I have an entry here all the way at the lows, and I have another entry here. What I'm looking for this particular pair is for Euro USD to continue on this uptrend and either retest this fib, this 50 fib here, or slightly break above and retest this level. Now, as far as trading, I try my best to keep things simple and fundamental. And what I mean by that is I just watch the market make highs and lows. At this point, the market is retesting a low and is rebounding. So let's say the market pulls back to this area. If it fails to break above this area to create a higher high, what I am looking for is the market to come down to make a lower low. So my plan, which is being implemented now, is to buy it to this area and move my stop loss accordingly. So when we create new highs, I will protect my position and save some of that capital. So let's look at these entries. All right, so we got a couple positions running on Euro USD. Again, I've entered at the lows. Price is moving up here. What we want to see is for price to retest this macro support level here. I'm sorry, macro now resistance level. And we got quite a few positions, so if that plays out, we're looking at almost an $8,000 return. So if price breaks above this level here and gives us a pullback, I will definitely add another position just to catch this thing to the highs. But I am waiting on confirmation. Now let's take a look at, let me close this. Let's take a look at a few more pairs. Pound AUD. First thing first, let's go to the higher time frames to figure out exactly what is going on. Okay. So it looks like we were looking at another potential bull flag or breakout on the monthly. So it looks like we're looking at another potential breakout on the monthly. Right now, price broke above our trend line. This was our fib. Let's see where we are, what exactly happened. Price pulled back to retest the 786 of this fib twice. Now, price retested highs here and is ranging in this area. So, if the market can create support here, what I'm looking for is a move towards this 236 level on the fib and eventually a break above. So this is what we're looking at. Okay. Now again, we need to know what could happen if price goes in the opposite direction. So I'm looking at the 50. It looks like that level has been played. Let me dive in a little more. Okay, this thing looks like it's been played already. Let me go to a smaller time frame. Yeah. Where are we? Okay. So you guys, if price fails to hold at this level, we'll see if price will fall to this 618 level. So as far as TPs, I have a method which is just taking profit at the next structural level. Other people have different methods. You guys use whatever works best for you. Now, as far as a means of entry, there are also different methods. The easiest thing for beginners is to just practice patience and wait on a close above or below and to use the break and retest method. Something I'll probably break down for you guys later on in a future video. So pretty much if price moves up, wait for it to close below, retest that level, buy it, catch it going in that direction, vice versa. Wait for a close below, you see that retest, you sell it and catch it going in the opposite direction. So for people that haven't fine-tuned that technical analysis and would like to practice trading, that to me is one of the easiest methods that you can use. So just play it around, test it out on those demo accounts, and let me know how it works out for you. Okay, so we had pound and AUD. That is pound AUD. Let's look at Euro AUD. Where are you? Here. Looking at the daily. Same thing here. We got a downtrend. If price does not hold this downtrend, we'll definitely have a flag pattern to break above to create new highs. But let's go out because I do not remember exactly what I was looking at for this pair. Okay. Oh. All right. So as far as the macro perspective with Euro AUD, right now, prices pulled back to this 382 level on the fib. Now, typically, after retesting a major structural level like that, you'll get some pullback before continuing. At this point, I believe soon these highs will be broken. So let's just check that out. Let's check that out. Let's check that out. It's the daily. On the daily, looks like we have a double top here. That double top got retested with this wick. Then price failed to retest the lows. Okay. So this area here, this is the current structural level that price is creating. So now we have price traveling in range. We want to see if the bulls or the bears will take over. Let's see. Now again, the same thing can be done. You can wait on a break and retest. With the way this thing is looking, I would not be surprised. Looks like we got a head and shoulders pattern right here. Let's check. Yep, head and shoulders, boom. All right, got you. So we got a head and shoulders pattern right here. I would not be surprised if we would see something like this. Price breaking out of this range. Boom, retest this. Right shoulder at this head and shoulders pattern. Give the 382 level a kiss. And then head to the high. So I actually leave that right there to see how likely that is to play out in this manner. Now, again, if price breaks below range here and closes, what will we do? Wait on the break and retest. Is this method 100%? No. But if you leverage correctly, what you will see is a growth in your account. So let's go ahead and set these up. Let's see if we can find the entry. Oh, looks like we missed it. Looks like this would have been our entry. So the stop loss would have to be, let's say, below the lows to play it safe. If we entered this early, now again, there are different methods. So you could definitely use the break and retest, but based on the strategy that we use in our program, this would have been an area for us to take advantage of. Gives you almost 1 to 4 trade setup. You could definitely take profit right there, re-enter here, and catch that to the 50, or just hold it, take some profit here, and add entries, your preference. Now, as far as this thing failing to break the highs, let's see where it possibly could go. Would have to break these lows. Let's test something out really quick. Let's look at the fib. Okay, but we're going to take one from this swing low to this swing high here. Now this fib that we have on the screen, this is the macro fib. I want to see where the retracements could possibly fall. For this swing move here. All right, so it's right here. Price rejected and pulled down to the 0.236 level, and if it breaks below, it looks like the 50 fib is right here at this daily level that I have. So we're either looking at this move, or we're looking at a rejection for price to continue down here. Now, again, the thing that makes the difference as far as your entries is your technical analysis. So get with your coach, or just make sure that you're studying properly so that you can take advantage of setups live time in the market. Let's see, we can get rid of this microfib right now so we have a different perspective. Boom. We'll put this stop loss above the 382 level on the fib. Now, if price rejects, again, we can look at this as an area to take profit if it continues to go up. So we got a 1 to 8 trade if it goes up, right? Now, if it fails to break out of this trend line, what we could be looking at is a continuation in this downtrend. And if it just so happens to go down, you're looking at a 1 to 5 trade setup. So both of these trade setups are pretty profitable depending on how you approach it. Let's see. I think that's enough for today. So let's just close everything out. And we'll monitor these trade setups. I'll come back later in the week to give updates. Hey, look at that. Already in profit if we would have took it. Thank you guys for your time. This is not investment advice, but if you would like to follow along, please trade safely. The risk is everything. Too many people get caught up into how much they can make and they lose sight of how much you could lose. So if you want some type of efficiency, learn discipline, protect your assets in order to grow them. You guys have an amazing day. Happy trading.